Every year, humanity spends $600 billion on sleep and energy optimization. Yet, in that same window of time, our total average sleep has dropped by a full 60 minutes. We are investing more into our rest while getting less of it. The standard response to this fatigue is to build a fragile 12-step nightly routine. But obsessing over perfect conditions, blackout curtains, and exact supplement cocktails often creates a state of health anxiety, where the sheer pressure of trying to sleep perfectly keeps us awake. Our energy is collapsing because we now live on a biologically confusing planet. Most of us now live in urban environments, where artificial light creates a phenomenon called Skyglow. City light shoots upward, hits the clouds, and bounces back to the surface. It leaves our physical world in a permanent, unnatural twilight that actively disrupts the hormonal signals telling our brains to power down. To reclaim our biological resilience, we have to stop chasing fragile perfection. Instead, we need to systematically interrogate the 4 hidden suspects murdering our energy. Suspect number 1 is sleep apnea, a condition where you physically stop breathing at night. While it is often associated with middle-aged, overweight men, that profile hides a larger crisis. 95% of women with clinical apnea currently go undiagnosed. This occurs because of the horizontal fluid shift. When you lay down to sleep, gravity no longer keeps fluid in your lower body. It pools in the neck and throat, creating physical pressure that can compress the airway, regardless of your body fat percentage. Suspect number 2 is your phone screen, specifically the cognitive cost of interacting with it. While we focus on blue light, the software itself is a far more potent weapon. AI-driven recommendation algorithms use variable rewards, a digital slot machine effect, to trigger intense cognitive arousal. By constantly providing unpredictable hits of novelty, your phone keeps your brain in a state of high alert exactly when it needs to be shutting down. We attempt to fight this arousal using a chemical accomplice, melatonin. Because supplements are largely unregulated, a single pill can contain a dosage 100 times higher than what is listed on the label. This chart compares a natural melatonin release to a typical supplement overdose. The massive dose creates a flattened curve that lingers in your system long after you wake up. This produces sleep inertia, a profound state of grogginess that requires heavy stimulants just to overcome. The modern bedroom is no longer a sanctuary. Between mechanical airway compression and chemical morning hangovers, it is an active trap designed to physically choke our breathing and chemically drug our waking hours. Suspect number 3, the hidden stressor, operates invisibly within our seemingly safe environments. In one case study, a professional athlete watched his stamina disappear because of a severe hidden mold infestation in his bedroom. Inhaling hidden pathogens or living with nutrient deficiencies triggers the body's acute phase reactants. This spikes systemic inflammation and forces the body to divert its limited resources toward an invisible internal war, crashing your daily energy. The final mastermind is the passive decay cycle. We frequently use aging as a false confession to explain our fatigue, but the reality is more mechanical. This is the atrophy loop. When we avoid physical strain to protect our energy, our bodies adapt to that lack of demand. We physically shed blood volume and downregulate our mitochondria. Our biology shuts down these internal power plants because we stop demanding they generate power. Defeating these saboteurs requires sleep resilience, the biological capacity to withstand environmental chaos and still perform the next day. The 5-4-3-2-1 defense protocol provides the direct countermeasure to the atrophy loop. The formula requires you to be active 5 days a week with 4 days of structured exercise. 3 of those days must involve working hard enough to sweat. You need 2 days of strength training and at least 1 day where your heart rate reaches its absolute maximum. This creates stress inoculation. Regularly demanding high output from your heart, lungs, and muscles forces your biology to build the energy production capacity it currently lacks. We can further defend against internal stressors by separating our nutritional habits into baking and cooking. Baking requires measuring every input with chemistry-like precision for 2 weeks to gather hard data on your habits. Once you understand your baseline, you can move to cooking, using those learned concepts to eat more freely without losing track of your goals. Identifying these saboteurs and reintroducing physical strain allows us to reclaim our energy. By measuring our real inputs and demanding more from our biology, we regain control over our performance in an environment designed to drain it. Dive deeper into the hidden secrets that shape our reality. Click the subscribe button, activate the bell, and see you in the next scientific investigation, only on TEMBODocs.